Hi, my name is Karina. Maybe you've noticed it somewhere, or you've been to baby shower parties and you're familiar with what happens at such events. Well, I had the shock of my life at such a party, actually at a party that I organized to find out if my baby would be a girl or a boy. I had a relationship with Vlad since I was 14 years old. We know each other since we were little, we trust each other, and after we turned 18 we decided to move in together. The initial idea was to go to college, continue our studies, and then in the future let's get married. But I got pregnant and somehow this whole thing changed our plans. I wasn't sad. I knew anyway that I wanted to marry Vlad and that I wanted to have a child. Yes, indeed it had happened faster than I wanted, but for me it wasn't a problem. But Vlad seemed quite gloomy, but I understood him. However, it was a major change in his life. Unfortunately, I didn't really pay attention to his condition. I thought it was something natural, but it wasn't going to be like that at all because he was hiding something from me, and my pregnancy messed up all his plans. Being very excited about the pregnancy, I wanted to make everything perfect, and I organized a party to find out if my baby was going to be a girl or a boy. When I went to the checkup to find out the gender of the child, I asked the doctor not to tell me, and to tell only Vlad because he was more curious and he also wanted to take care of the party. The idea was simple. Vlad had to go to a company that organized things like that and say what gender the child would have, and the respective people had to put pink confetti in a balloon if it was a girl and blue if it was a boy. It's just that apparently Vlad didn't take care of it anymore and put everything in the hands of someone else. The day of the party came, and when we broke that balloon, I had the shock of my life. No confetti fell from that balloon. Several pictures of Vlad and another woman fell. That woman was actually a former high school classmate. Of course, I didn't have any reaction, and the only thing I could do was get in a taxi and go straight to that girl and ask her for an explanation. I didn't even want to see Vlad.
I see you got my message. We've crossed paths a few times. I'm sorry I did that because it's not my type. But Vlad and I have been in a relationship for a long time, and it seems that he doesn't want to admit it, so I thought that he should somehow be pushed from behind. He was supposed to deal with the organization of the party, but he put me, as if he didn't humiliate it enough over time. But I get over it because I love him. I just couldn't pretend anymore, and I thought it would be good for you to find out what kind of man you are with, and who the father of your child really is.
What the? Are you crazy or a psychopath? It seems so from the way you talk to me. How come you've been with Vlad for several years? How could he betray me for so long? I don't understand anything anymore. I don't understand why he was with you and me at the same time. If he wanted you, why didn't tell me? We could break up and that's it. Why would he continue to have a relationship with me? And especially, why did you accept such a thing? What kind of woman are you? And I don't understand. All this time you were with him, you couldn't come and tell me. It had to at the most important moment in my life. You have no idea how much harm you have done to me. You can take Vlad and put him in your head because I am not interested. I do not care about a man who was able to betray me.
Please, don't dramatize so much that it's not necessary. I was expecting you to thank me for opening your eyes before you tie your head permanently with a man like Vlad. Did you want me to let you continue this masquerade of a happy family with a man who cheats on you? You have no idea how sad he was when he found out you got pregnant. Did you really not realize that he didn't want the child at all? Are you really that blind? Did you never ask yourself questions when he left home? Yes, he said that he goes with his colleagues to all kinds of presentations, and you believed him. Some women are so gullible.
Hang on, I don't understand you again. You talk about Vlad with so much contempt and hatred, but you broke us up so that you could be together and not be his mistress anymore. How does this come about? Either you hate him or you love him.
I hate him for what he did to me and for how long he let me wait in the shadows, but I love him and I will forgive him everything. True love knows how to forgive. Do you understand? That's the difference between you and me. You don't know how to love him really. As soon as you found out that he cheated on you, you thought about breaking up.
I didn't understand that woman. She seemed confused. Either she hated him or she loved him. I think she didn't know very well. I was feeling sick, and after I got home, I wanted to be alone. Vlad kept calling me, my parents kept calling me, but I just didn't want to hear about anyone or anything, so I put some water in my bathtub to relax and calm down a bit, and suddenly I started bleeding. I didn't think twice. I called the ambulance, and at the hospital I found out that I was about to lose the baby. Probably all the stress, all the nerves I felt after that party came together, and it showed. I didn't want to see Vlad at all, not even to talk to him until I gave birth. I didn't want to get angry anymore. I simply thought that he didn't exist. I refused to fill my head with negative thoughts, and I concentrated 100% on my child. After the birth, of course I should see him because he also had the right to see his child, and in the meantime I had a conversation with him. Apparently, he was no longer with that woman because he also realized that the girl is crazy, and from what I understand, she continues to make his life impossible. Really, he cheated on me for years. He really didn't want the child, but in the end he realized what he lost. Obviously, he asked me to reconcile and be a family and all that, but I couldn't accept that anymore. It wasn't that I didn't love him like that girl said. I actually still had strong feelings for him because I loved him for so many years and had a child with him, but I couldn't accept something like that. My trust in him was broken, destroyed, and what relationship could I have without trust? Many people told me that I should forgive him, that the little one deserves to grow up next to his father, but I didn't want to listen to anyone. I just wanted to listen to my heart. The little one will get to know him and spend time with his father if, of course, the father wants it too. But if I were to force myself into a marriage with him just for the sake of the child, it would definitely be a fiasco. I know that a lot of people make this mistake. They stay together for the sake of the child, but I don't think it helps at all. Where there is not a good relationship, a child divides even more. Vlad got involved in the little one's life, and we understood pretty well when we saw each other. Because of course we have a child together, and this thing is forever. I rebuilt my life when the baby was about 3 years old, and unfortunately Vlad was against it and interfered, and from that moment I should end a relationship with him. It was just polite. We say hello and that's it. Honestly, I thought it was really low what he did. He was able to get into my life when I found my happiness. Now I am with my current husband who loves and respects me, and loves the little one as his own child.